Hey folks, we are live here with our very first show, the NC Sports Report, brought to you by Circuit World in Murphy. I've got my co-host here. In a couple weeks, he's going to bring it. He's going to carry this thing. But tonight, I've got my co-host, Jake West. Jake, this is big tonight. I mean, it's our first show with over here in, I'm sorry about the noise there on the mic, trying to make sure it's good. This is our first show here. Introduce the guys we have with us tonight. Fresh off practice, I could tell that.
Fresh off practice. We'll start with a freshman, Briggs Cornwell, and a sophomore, Dawson Hensley. And we got two seniors right here, Josh Ott and Lucas Barley.
You know, there was something about when we were getting ready that I picked up he was the freshman. Is that wrong? No, I'm just joking, man. You're all right. So, obviously, first of all, let's get into where you guys are at in the season. Let Jake ask you some questions because I've not had the opportunity to follow your team. I was on Max Prep. You got some guys batting 400. You got some guys There's a reason that you guys are right there on that top line in your region. But let me say this first of all. Don't ever come to the show if your uniform's clean. You got it? Yeah. Just let's be clear, okay? I want to see that right there because I got grass stain. Means you had to stretch it out. You went for the play. So I'm just joking. Jake, get into some of these guys. What's going on? Give our audience a little bit of update with these Murphy Bulldogs baseball team.
Okay. Well, you talked about batting over 400. Dawson is batting 571 this year, and also has thrown 22 strikeouts. Talk about your 6 RBI game against Andrews. You seeing the ball well, or?
Yeah. Well, I went into the game and I was like, man, it's spring break, so I was like, I didn't think I'd do good, but somehow I did. I was just seeing the ball really well that game.
So you had 6 RBIs with Andrews. Now, you're batting over 500?
Yep.
571.
Way to go, man. Way to go. 571. Now, again, I don't know all you guys. What's your name again, young man?
Dawson Hensley.
Dawson, are you a senior or a junior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
So you're sophomore batting 5. How long? I want to get to know you a little bit. How long you been playing baseball? Because you just don't pick. There's the natural, okay, but just picking up the bat and hitting 581 or over 500. How long you been playing baseball?
Ever since I was 7.
7?
Yeah.
Here's a question I always ask. I don't mean to get in your way. Every time I meet a team, get to know them. How long have you guys been playing together?
This is the first year I've been playing with all these
First year you've been playing with all these guys?
Yes, sir.
What about the rest of you? All of you first year?
Me and Lucas, we played together on last year when we won state, and that was about the only year we played together just because he was new. I mean, he came from Hayesville and from Myrtle Beach, so.
Yeah. That's funny you brought up state. You got your state flexing a little bit with the state shirt on.
Sir.
You talk about playing baseball since 7. You got a little bit of credit to Colby.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah,
a little bit.
I
mean, if not for anything, just for the shirt.
Yeah.
All right, well, wait a minute.
Colby's his brother that he was on the state team last year when they won.
Oh, okay. All right. So he had a batting coach?
Colby was his brother.
Right. So he helped him out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
I grew up with him.
grew up with the batting coach. Jake, get in with these guys, get them all in. Talk about their season, where they're at, and where they stand right now as far as going further in the region.
Briggs, you're just not going to cover off the ball. It's tank after tank after tank. Up in the top in the conference in home runs, triples, doubles, RBIs. What's the secret, dude?
Staying quiet with your swing. A lot of guys get up there with a big, huge swing, and it's just not where it's at. You got to stay quiet, small.
No daddy hacks. No daddy hacks.
Go up.
Well, let me ask you a question. All right, do you get in a situation where they're not pitching to you right now, getting deep into the season? Do you find scenarios where they're not throwing the ball to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
They did that a few innings at Hayesville.
You just got to take your walks, though. You know, help out. Hope that the bottom of the order can help bring you in.
Well, you get, bottom line is, coach wants to see you on first, right? That's where he wants to see you. He wants to see you on first. And if you're batting like that, they've done their scouting reports and they know when you come up to plate, especially with a couple guys on base, they want to avoid throwing to you. Jake, let me talk. It's baseball, man. You got to forgive me. I'm gonna. I'm sorry, folks. Let me apologize first. I know he's wearing a Red Sox jersey. We're gonna hope that this don't happen again. Okay. Sorry, Jake. I had to do it.
I know. It's all right. What about you, toeing the rubber? You pitched the most innings this year, 17 strikeouts. Started the game against Hayesville, pitched pretty well this past week when you guys gave that one up by 1. But what are you thinking? Are you liking must be pretty easy to pitch with these guys behind you.
Definitely, I think we have the best defense in the conference. I mean, it's a big, just a comfort just to know that they're behind me. And just been working really hard to get up in the count, throw strikes, and I mean, once we get them down in the 0-2 hole, we can throw some off speed and let them hit the ball because, I mean, we're going to make plays. So
Break them off a little cheddar.
When you're pitching, you don't want to. It feels good, and I hate to be like this because you don't want to play selfish, but you want to feel good knowing you don't have to do it by yourself. Any pitcher, knowing that you can have that relaxation to where you could throw the ball, knowing you got the defense behind you. And that's what really feels good, and actually probably translates to the kind of games you're having.
yes, sir.
What about you? How's that rehab going? How's that arm?
Well, it's fine right now, but unfortunately I couldn't finish out the season with the team because I tore the UCL in my elbow. But I'm still
What
there.
game did you do that in?
The game against Hayesville, our first game against Hayesville.
10-9.
Yep. Came in and closed that game, and there it went.
You got the win though,
I did.
even at the expense of a UCL.
Yeah.
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 The season's for Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about. We mentioned conference earlier. Who do you guys think your biggest rival is?
Rosman.
Definitely Roslyn.
Think it's Roslyn? You don't think it's Coach Vardo in Hayesville, or
No.
no?
No.
Definitely Roslyn.
I believe it's Rosman just because, I mean, I pitched that game and they were just hitting the cover off the ball. I mean, hitting it right back up the middle. I mean, we had to make plays that game. There wasn't many strikeouts in there. I think I had like 2 or 3 that game.
I think I only had one that game.
And me and Dawson came in. We were throwing strikes. They were just hitting the ball. We had to make plays. So, I mean, it wasn't like Hayesville where you can throw 6 strikeouts. And
Now, what did you say the name of the team was, so I have it pronounced right, that they were talking about there?
Roslyn Tigers.
Yeah, I was looking at Max Prep and looking at that, and they're the ones sitting at the top of the region right now that you're chasing, and you actually have them. And off the top of my head, without a computer, you've got Andrews coming up this week.
Robbinsville.
Robbinsville
tomorrow, and you dropped that one. Dropped the first one.
Yeah.
So you actually right now, the way I look at it, Jake, explain it to the audience. You actually, what's the scenario? What I mean, I know if Coach is here, Coach, I don't want you to get upset with me, but Coach wants to win the next game. They don't like to talk game 2, 3. But what are some of the scenarios, Jake, that these guys need to pull off to get themselves in the right position in the playoffs?
Win out this week, then you'll be sitting good.
Yeah.
Be sitting pretty. I mean, you got Robbinsville, who beat you once in their first game you guys played, and then Rosman, who's at the top. You've got them Thursday. Who's starting that game?
Josh. I'm coming. I think I'll be coming in.
I think Coach told me I was starting, and he's relieving / closing if I can go that long. But
What's
Take it
your
all the way down? Give him the night off.
Yeah.
Give him not a rest.
I need it.
go the distance? How many complete games do you have this year?
I don't have a complete game this year. I think at most I went like 6 innings.
Now, does Coach Jake? What you know the coach? Does Coach over here? Does he not like to push his guys to? Now over in Georgia, I think what is it, 110 pitches or whatever? What can you pitch in a game?
105.
Is it 105? That's
Yes,
what
sir.
it is in Georgia.
Yes, sir.
So is this coach over here the kind of guy that if he's sitting where he needs to be, doesn't want to burn them out? Is he, or does he let guys do complete games? What's your feel on that, Jake?
I don't know. He's pretty aggressive. He's a pretty team guy. I mean, he likes you guys a lot. Reads it off you guys and how you guys want it. Like, if you really want it, you're gonna go get it. He's gonna let you go get it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Some coaches they want you to get them into the 5th, 6th inning, and then how many 105. But if you pitch, is it 60? What's your pitch count that you can't pitch the next game or can't toe the rubber the next
I
game?
think it's 35 pitches.
Is it
the next
35?
day.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay, 30,
Yeah.
35. So, but Jake, I don't mean to keep jumping in. You
No,
know
you
these
got it.
guys.
You got it.
know these guys, and I'm getting to know them, and I'm enjoying it because I want to
No
know.
problem.
I want to know where they're at on the region. Go ahead. I'm sorry, it's baseball, man.
What's the funnest game you guys had this year?
I think it was definitely the Hayesville game, the first Hayesville game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
Down like
It was-
9-1. in like the
8-1.
fourth inning.
Down 8-1.
Down
8-1
in the fourth inning, and we made a comeback.
And
8-1.
Being at home just made it so much better. I
Yep.
mean, you got your fans there and you got your friends. And
You were slinging the bat around that game, huh?
That man was so excited, he almost hurt himself.
Sprained my ankle coming home. You're good.
10-9. Was that that was last inning? Is it when you guys or sixth? Sixth inning. Sixth inning. Yeah. Yeah. And then you came in.
No.
I came in to
yeah,
close
he
the
came
game.
in.
You came in. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why he injured
And
himself.
you went 3 up, 3 down.
3 up, 3 down. Who did the relieving? Who'd you?
I came in to close the game.
Is that the last one you got the play of the year?
Yeah, that was the last game. That was the last game.
Sorry, I don't know why I guessed that, man. I guess I was just wrong, right?
Dang.
So, sorry, man. But you did get you got the close on that one. When let me ask you, because again I'm learning, you guys, and you don't know how much I appreciate you letting me sit in here tonight. We got 1 minute before we take off and go to our first commercial. When we get back, I want to hear a little bit about the rivalries like Andrews, Hayesville, these guys, probably knowing a lot of kids at the school and what that's like, okay? Folks, we're going to take a brief break. You're watching the NC Sports Report here in brought to you by Circuit World in Murphy. Now, we know this is our first show. We're going to bring some lighting so we know you can see the guys and the players here for the Murphy Bulldogs baseball team. And Jake West, and obviously see that nice white Red Sox jersey. But next week we're going to add some lighting, so we apologize for that. We hope you're enjoying the show. Our very first show here at Circuit World. We'll be right back, and we got a lot of other questions for these guys. Take us to break, Ethan.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellen-J, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World. In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
We good? All right, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, co-host Jake West here, and we're at Circuit World in Murphy, North Carolina. I got to remember where I'm at, Jake. It gets confusing.
You're a busy man.
Gets confusing sometimes. But you are watching our first show, NC Sports Report. We've got half of the Murphy baseball team here tonight. Jake, for our second half. If you've just joined us, because you may have just tuned in, introduce these guys again one more time. We'll get started.
This is Briggs Cornwell down here, Dawson Hensley here, Josh Ott, and Luke Sparley right here next to me. I sat beside the ugliest guy, so it'd make me look better.
Well, debatable.
Trust me, don't worry, guys. Nothing picks up the Red Sox jersey. So don't worry about that, okay? Hey, guys, let me ask you a question, and then Jake knows you guys, and I want to thank you so much because I'm getting to know you guys tonight. Talk a little bit about the rivalries you do have in your region. Some of the teams, Andrews is in your county just down the road. Andrews is down the road. Hayesville's just up the road this way. Talk about some of the rivals that you do play and some of the guys on those teams that you know real well and you enjoy when you're playing, you know?
Well, coming from last year, they got destroyed, so this year they were all gunning for us, so we came in because they know we're young this year, so they came in, wanted to kill us, and we put up a fight this year. No one expected us to do this good.
It's a young team.
Really young team.
How many seniors are starting, 3. Jake? 3?
Well, we got 1 starting.
One starting, 3 on the team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
One starting senior?
Yeah.
And people didn't expect you to be where you're at right now. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Well, how many did you lose last year? 11?
11 players.
11
Yep.
players left
11.
last year. Seniors on the state championship team.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are right back in the hunt in your region. How do you feel going down the stretch? I mean, baseball is just like this. I mean, you know, you got to talk about it. Sometimes, you know, you hit a certain part of the season, a couple guys that are good bats go in a slump. I mean, it happens in the majors. A couple guys get shelled in the first inning, and you know, they got to come out and adjust. How do you guys feel going down the stretch?
Honestly, we feel like pretty strong right now. I mean, we're sitting in second in conference, but we just got to stay focused. I mean, stay on top. I mean, offensively and defensively on the mound and at the plate. Just throw strikes and hit the ball and just have good defense behind pitchers' backs and just back each other up.
Who do you think with this young team? Who would you guys say is the leader? Who's the one guy that dugout's down, you're down late in the game, dugout's got their head down?
Well,
Who's jacking them up?
since I'm not playing this year, me. I'm the hype man for the team this year.
No, I like where Jake went with that because reality is, you know, you come out and You looked at strike three, ain't throwing it there, but you thought it was a ball. You looked at it. You're bummed out. You come back. Team's not up here. Who is the player that comes in and says, no, we ain't putting up with that? Huh?
To be honest with you, I
Yeah.
think all four of us sitting here. are
Really?
leaders.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I feel like we have really strong leadership this year. I mean, since we have so many young guys, I mean, us four have really just like stepped up. I mean, show them like what high school ball is all about. I mean, it's a different pace, and
For sure. I mean, especially Murphy baseball. I mean, you can't just win a state championship and then. I mean, you want to have a legacy. You want to turn Murphy baseball into a tradition. You want to teach the guys below you and the guys even below them that look, we're not doing this middle of the road, same kind of bull crap that went on before. Like we're elite. We're competing in conference. We're gonna do it every year, and you gotta like teach the young guys. Look, this is what we're doing. If you're not with it, get out.
You know, I think what you said when I was talking about your rivalry schools around you, that last year you guys were state champions and beat up on them pretty bad or won very decisively will be nice like that, right?
Yeah.
But not just them. Everybody that's in your region across the state, they're looking at you.
Yeah.
I mean, you are the team that they're paying attention to. So there is a lot of, there's a lot of pressure that you have to step up because Murphy Bulldogs, although, would you say 11 graduated?
Yeah,
Right?
yes,
11? Although 11 are gone, you're still the state championship team that has to defend that or being looked at. Is that, how do you deal with that? And what does Coach say? Because let's get Coach in here so when he watches it, he will enjoy this as much as we do. What's Coach say about that kind of pressure on you, and how does he take that off you?
Well, he tries not to refer to last year's team a lot because he knows all those guys are mostly gone, and we're us, and we're gonna play the ball like we know how to play.
Yeah. It's a completely different team this year. And just to try to take all of our minds off the stress from winning, he tries to make things fun for us.
Yeah.
He tries to have a good time. He jokes around with us. He just wants to make it fun.
He's a good coach, and a good coach, he is a very good coach, and a good coach knows that you're not the same team as last year.
Mm-hmm.
And as many years as the coach has been doing this, knows that every year is a different team, different players, and adjustments will have to be made, and you have to you have to coach to the players you got on the field. Am I right or am I wrong there?
You're right. 100%. But you're still the champ till you ain't the champ no more.
That's right.
Still got that big target on your back.
That's right.
All right, I don't know how much time we have left right now, but I do want to do this. I always, on all the sports shows that I do, I always end, and even if you come here every week, I always end by asking this question, okay? Now, when you come off the field and you're done, okay, obviously coach is going to tell you things, but what did you say in your last game? What did you critique yourself when you left that field and say, I got to work on, I got to do better, I want to focus on this? What was that for you?
Really, we just need to play better team ball, really. We've had a few kids carry the team this year, and we really need to all come together before playoffs and become more of a whole before we continue the playoffs and go on.
I tell you why I asked that question, because good players don't wait. Now, you need to listen to coach, but good players don't wait for coach to say, you need to do this, you need to work on this, you need to run, you need to swing, you need to whatever. Good players critique themselves the minute they come off the field, and when they go to practice, say, I got to work on this. You know where I'm coming from? What is that for you?
Well, the last game we had, which was Hayesville, I came off the field and I was pretty mad at myself because my hitting wasn't very good that game. So I was like, I need to go home and work on my hitting. And the next day, that's what I worked on. I worked on my hitting. And Kellen Rumfelt, after that game, they have a batting cage at Hayesville, and he worked on his hitting right after the game. Like a few seconds after the game, he was hitting in the cages.
Immediately working on it.
Yes.
But let me ask you the question. You didn't need coach to tell you had to work on it. He didn't need coach, right?
No.
Exactly. What was that for you?
Being on the mound, being aggressive, just coming right after him, getting ahead in the count. I came off the first inning. It was a long inning for me. I think I threw about 30 pitches that inning.
Yeah.
And I was really mad about myself. And coming back in, to pitch again, I was like, I got to get on it and be aggressive. So I just do strikes, 3 up, 3 down, and I mean, just keeping that up, being strong on the mound, and that's mainly what I'm working at right now.
Well, I think one of the toughest things watching baseball my entire life, and I do mean my entire life watching baseball, I think one of the toughest things for young pitchers that are up to the high school level and going off to college is getting a couple runners on base and staying composed and relaxed and not let it get to you. How is that for you? You're gonna be so mad at me, but I am loving this. I hope you're not upset with me.
Honestly, sometimes I have a little bit of hard time. I mean, it gets in my head sometimes. Like at Hayesville, I got a runner on that first inning, and I balked and put him in scoring position, and it really got in my head, which that's one of the reasons why I was upset at myself. But I'm still working at that. Just gotta stay composed, I guess.
What'd you tell us earlier? That you are comfortable knowing these guys are behind you.
Sir.
So you get a runner on first or second. Might not be the best thing, but you still got these guys behind you, right?
Right.
What is that for you? I know you're injured right now, and you're in rehabilitation on your shoulder. Did you say your shoulder?
My elbow.
Elbow.
Yes, sir.
But what is that for you? What do you think you have to work on? And what are you working on right now in your elbow and working out, trying to get back to strength?
Well, right now, I'm just trying to be the best teammate I can, and just being there for everybody when they need it and just cheering them on. And for my elbow, I'm not really doing much for it right now because I have to go get surgery on it.
Jake, we got about 3 minutes left. Take it away. I'm going to try not to say no. I've apologized, but you brought this great group in here that I've had a chance to meet. You've been with them all year. But start talking about their games that they got coming up and how the region's going.
Well, we know you got Rosman and Robbinsville this week. Robbinsville on Tuesday, tomorrow, and Rosman on Thursday. You know you got to get both of those.
Yep.
You got to have both of them.
Yep.
Absolutely. There's no way around that. If you want to back-to-back repeat that conference championship, you got to do it. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, since we only got a little bit of time left, anybody you guys want to say anything to? Want to shout anybody out? Shout Colby out. Your brother. You went in his closet and took his shirt.
Did you really, man?
No, this is mine.
Did you?
I swear this is mine.
Yeah, right.
But I do want to give a shout out to Colby because ever since I was 7, I grew up playing baseball with him out in the yard, throwing, hitting with him, and that's where I came from.
What about you?
Shout out to my dad. All the hours spent in the front yard with floodlights on. Yeah, it was a lot of enjoyable.
Did you throw the ball?
Oh yeah.
Bucket? He got a bucket? I used to have 5-gallon bucket with a baseball, right?
Yeah.
You know what? My son's 34. You know what I used to do every 8th pitch? Just tell you, he would hit the dirt. Son, somebody's going to throw one day. So, I didn't say it, but go ahead, man. Shout out. No, I just love a good shout out to your dad, man.
What about you?
Shout out to Coach Strickland and Coach Klonser, just giving me the opportunity to, be on this team 4 years in a row.
Coach Klons, Mr. Clean.
Shout
out Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean. Yeah.
What about you? You shout your brother, Nate?
No, I'll shout out my dad for all the hours he's put in for me and all the money he spent on me.
No doubt. None of us would be where we are without our dads, that's for sure.
That's right.
We used to go to batting cages every night, and I would say, give me 10 to left field, give me 10 to right field, give me 10 straight away. Until we could get 30 down pat, we didn't go home. Until we can get them down pat, right?
That's right.
That's right. Hey, listen, you guys are a good baseball team. I can't say how much I've enjoyed getting to meet you guys. And to think that Jake gets to hang with this team all the time, it's great. You got anything to close us up with, friend?
No, I just you guys got a lot of work this week. A lot of work. You got to make it every hour you spend on that field. You got to make it pay off this week. This week's payoff week. Been in the kitchen, now you got to eat.
There you go. All right. I'm learning all kinds of stuff. What was it early? Cheddar? Was that cheddar? I mean, come on, man. I mean, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what any of that is. You keep throwing this stuff out, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to make an attempt. Closing tonight, you play any multi-sports? I mean, what else you play?
Play football.
I was thinking that. I just didn't want to assume it. So football and what else?
Baseball.
That's it.
Baseball.
What about you?
I play basketball, but basketball I just do that to get in shape, but baseball's my
Just stay playing, so you're running, stay in shape. What about you?
It's baseball all year for me.
I'm with you, my man. I'm with you. What about you?
I play basketball and baseball.
Cool. All right, folks. You have watched our first show here at Circuit World and Murphy, and it's the NC Sports Report. Don't forget, you can follow us on Team FYN Sports Facebook page. All right, share it with your friends. You will be able to watch this on our YouTube channel, FYN TV Fetch Your News YouTube channel. We will have a playlist that says NC Sports Report where you can find all of these, and also follow Jake on Twitter at Team FYN Sports, and he's going to be keeping you up on what's going on with these guys as they close out the season and go into the playoffs. Guys, wish you well. Thanks for being here. Let's see if we can't get Coach in here next week. I got some questions for Coach because I want to meet. I want to meet the coach because you guys are amazing, and I want to be able to get a chance to talk to Coach. We will be back next Monday night right here. 7 p.m., right?
7
That's right.
p.m.
Yeah,
I'll be
7
here.
p.m. Okay. Jake will be here. We're going to have some more people. We may have another guest host with us starting next week. We good, Ethan? Take us out of here.